You have control of your relationship to the vortex. And it is our desire to use everything that we have to convince you, better word, to remind you, better word, to reawaken within you, better word, to restore you to your knowledge of the existence of this vortex, so that never again will you stand in an unwanted place and feel very much about it. Just say, oh, something to want. Esther was dusting. They brought home from a store. They talked the owner into selling them the display cabinets in a beautiful art store. And the display cabinets were beautiful. They were chrome and glass and gilded and fragile. They didn't realize that the shelves were sitting on posts, and the posts were stable, but the shelves had nothing to sustain them, front and back. And Esther one day took her dust cloth and just laid it on the top shelf. And as she barely moved the cloth, the big heavy glass fell off its little posts and crashed to the shelf below it, which crashed to the shelf below it, which crashed to the shelf below it, and broke everything on the shelf. All of the Yadros and Sabinas and all the pretty things that they'd been gathering around. And Jerry heard the crash from the other room and said, don't move, don't move, don't move. Esther standing there in her bare feet with shards of glass actually stuck in the floor all around her. No glass in her feet. And Jerry came into the room and said, oh, good, something to want. And he meant it. He meant it. He meant it. Because for weeks and months and years, Esther would see something pretty in a shop, and Jerry would say, now where will you put it? And now Esther is saying, now I have a place for many new things. And we want you to understand, frivolous and unimportant as that story may seem to you, that is the spirit with which you come into this experience, because life is about expansion, and expansion is about more. And it is only when the larger part of you is expanded and you haven't let the rest of you catch up with it that you feel discord or discomfort. There is no shortage in the vortex. There is no lack in the vortex. You cannot overspend in the vortex. You cannot get more than your fair share in the vortex. Your vortex will expand proportionally to the desires that you put there, and so will everyone else's, and the entire consciousness of the universe expands because of the combined mass of the vortices that you all are setting forth. In other words, you do not need to ever worry about depriving someone else of something because you have put it into your vortex of creation. They've got their own thing going on. And the only thing that ever causes anyone else to ever deprive themselves of something that they want is that they've put it into their vortex, but they are not going there because they're beating the drum of the current reality that is keeping them vibrationally out of sync with who they have now become. We can all go home. Because you will never hear it more clearly, and we have never said it better. So there cannot possibly be any questions. Well, there is just that one question. How do I get in the vortex? So let's talk about that. What do you want to talk about? We're eager to talk with you about anything. And we want to say to a larger group all around the world of deliberate creators, you often have living block. You often have life block. You often have that disallowance that is going on where you're just not allowing the inspiration. And what that is, every single time, we can define it for you so clearly. You're standing in a place where you believe incorrectly that there is someone outside of you evaluating you and judging you. And so you are offering your behavior based upon what their impression of what you are doing will be, rather than upon how your synthesized emotional guidance system alignment between you and who you really are is. And so everything that we've been talking about has been about the path of least resistance. And the path of least resistance is the opposite to what a writer's block is. And the path of least resistance is in harmony with what inspiration is. And so, as it turns out, with writing or with living of a day of life in any way. This is the thing that we want to say to all of you. It's all about the preparation. Stay with us. We're going to give it to you fully. Friends say, Abraham, I've jumped out of an airplane. I have no parachute. What do you think I should do next? And we say, hang on, it will be over in a little bit. Because the preparation is sort of paramount. The fact that you're in an airplane, you've jumped from the airplane, and you have no parachute sort of dominates the situation here. You get what we're saying? So if you've just had a fight with your wife and you haven't liked her for the last 10 years anyway, and you have a long list of things about her that annoy you, and you let how you feel about her be the factor that influences the way you feel about most things, so you're all wadded up and not in sync with your source at all, when you sit to write, it's gonna be bound up. It's the preparation, you see. If you are on the basketball court and you're irritated about the referee's bad call, and you've convinced yourself that he really is in the pocket of the other team, and you really believe that, and you're feeling the injustice of that, you're all bound up. And what you do next is going to be reflected by that. You see what we're getting at? It's the preparation. It's how you feel. You got to practice yourself into feeling. You can't just observe life in all of its variety, pluses and minuses, pros and cons, wanted and unwanted, and have your vibration be about all of those things, and then step suddenly into a clear place where what you say is going to be inspired. It doesn't work like that. It's the preparation. It's how many walks you take, and how many deep breaths you've taken, and how much you've quieted your mind and therefore stopped the resistance. It's how much you're allowing your cork to float. It's the preparation, you see. And it's not a lot of preparation. We're talking about 30 days, really, of deciding that you are an extension of Source energy, and that Source has something to say, and that Source is really unlimited and will talk to you about anything that it matters to you, and that Source is particularly expertise on the things that you have defined that are important to you, and that they're all queued up in your vortex, and that anything that you want is ready to unfold, ready to be revealed, ready to be realized by you in a really satisfying way. And so it's about the preparation. It's not about what you do at work. It's how you felt going to work. It's not about how wise you were in a debate that you had with someone. It's how much love you had in your heart going into the debate. It isn't only about the agility and talent that you've trained your body to perform. It's about your attitudinal stance prior to the performance. It's the pre-paving. It's the alignment. It's the practice of the energy. So, here you are. In your magnificent physical bodies, in your perfect contrasting environment, sifting and sorting and doing just what you said you would do all day long, asking for improvement, asking for improvement, asking for improvement. And here we are, Source energy, the inner being that is you, that which man calls God, standing in the vibrational place where all that you have asked for has already materialized vibrationally. You want to nitpick. Materialized vibrationally? Abraham, really? And we say, oh, you are so good at interpreting vibration. What you see with your eyes is vibrational interpretation. What you hear with your ears is vibrational interpretation. So when we say there is a materialized vortex of creation, we're not stretching it far at all. It's just that you don't see it with your eyes and you don't hear it with your ears. You feel it with your gut. You feel it with your emotions. You feel it. You feel the vibration of it. You know it. Do you know the difference between seeing something and knowing something? Can't you feel knowing in your belly? Do you see love or do you feel love? Don't you know it in your belly? Do you see fear? Is there stuff in the air that you see that you say, oh, there's fear. Oh, fear. I see fear. I see fear. It's an interpretation. And you have the ability to see clearly the vibrational unfolding of that which you are. And when you do, when you have the ability, when you have trained yourself into the vibrational proximity of this vortex of creation, and we'll talk all day here about how to do that. When you deliberately move yourself vibrationally into this vortex, where you are able to feel the conclusion of the things you've been asking for, even though they have not manifested in a way that others can see them. When you know the reality of what you've been asking for, it must manifest. But we're not giving you this information so that you can manifest all of that stuff. While you will, and we want you to, we are giving you this information because you cannot be you unless you know it. You cannot be you unless you are vibrationally up to speed with you. You are not you unless you are in love. You are not you unless you are emanating love. You are not you unless you are appreciating wherever you are looking. You are not you unless you feel frisky and vital and alive and passionate. You are not you. You are a shadow of you. You are a shell of you. You are a fragment of you. You are a disconnected, too strong of word particle, too small of word, small little part of you. You are not who you are when you feel negative emotion. You have pinched yourself off from the wholeness that is you. So stop it. So how do you stop doing that thing you do? How do you even identify that you're doing that thing you do that's keeping you from your alignment? Well, the first way to recognize that you're doing that thing you do that's keeping you from it is you feel negative emotion. And don't worry, if you don't notice the negative emotion and you keep doing that thing you do, the negative emotion will get more. And if you still ignore it, don't worry if you don't stop doing that thing you do, which is complaining, which is criticizing, which is pushing against, which is, you know what it is. If you still continue to do that thing you do that holds you in resistance to all that you are, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually you have a manifestational indicator. And to be really accurate and fair with you, you constantly have manifestational indicators. What you're living, your life as it is right now, is a perfect manifested indicator of your mix of vibration. So the money in your bank account matches your mix. The condition of your body matches your mix. The clarity of your mind matches your mix. The people you're hanging around with match your mix. The way people treat you in traffic matches your mix of vibration. Everything that is happening to you is a perfect law of attraction response to what you've got going on vibrationally. So, do you get the angle that we're offering to you here today? If you could just hear us clearly and make a decision that you are going to do a little more ignoring reality as it is and a little more looking in the direction of the vibrational reality that you have launched. Talking more about where you're going and less about where you are. Talking more about what you want and why you want it and less about how it's going to come, where it's going to come from, who's going to bring it, and when it's going to get there. As you talk about who you really are and what you really want, you will find yourself hanging around in the vicinity of this vortex where you will finally be. And these are the words we want to ring through you forevermore. We want you to know that in your vortex of creation, where the larger part of you is, law of attraction responding to the vibration of you, all cooperative components are assembled. And the question that you want to ask yourself all day, every day is, am I a cooperative component? And the answer is, if you're frisky, yes. If you're exhilarated, yes. If you're loving someone, yes. If you're happy, yes. If you're ornery, no. If you're afraid, no. If you're criticizing, no. If you're worried about money, no. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can begin to describe or define. And we want to acknowledge the vibrational place that you now are. these conversations go longer than they need to. But in the process, we do matter.